What's going on, guys? It's Kai here, and today we're going over everything we learned in the Marvel Avengers reveal. This will include the story, combat, gear customization, and more. So, if you enjoy this content, drop a like and make sure you're subbed if you want to keep on learning more, as I will be covering all the updates in the coming months. So, let's get right into all the info that we learned. The war table revealed the main villain in the game. We now know it is Dr. George Tarleton, one of the founding members of the Advanced Idea Mechanics, or AIM. Yes, the doctor who becomes the mental organism designed only for killing, or simply MODOK. Tarleton is obsessed with ridding the world of the inhuman disease and all superpowers. With the help of Taskmaster, they frame the Avengers known as A-Day, and they appear to go into hiding after the death of Captain America. Let me know in the comments what you think happened to Cap and if you think he's actually still alive. AIM begins to spread fear of the Inhumans by propaganda that they are dangerous and cannot be trusted. AIM uses the Adaptoid Project to protect the world with science. We find out Kamala Khan escapes AIM and has evidence that AIM is using the Inhumans as experiments for their own gain, and seeks out Bruce Banner for help. Personally, I'm excited for MODOK as the main villain. We haven't seen him make an appearance in a long time. The devs said they wanted a new face for the Avengers, and they are definitely getting the biggest face in MODOK. We saw much more gameplay combat in this reveal than we had ever seen, and I must say it was not disappointing. The first bit we see is of Thor, and he looks awesome. The animations of him swinging and throwing Mjolnir around look very well done. I've seen some comments from people around the internet that some of the attacks don't feel like they have power or weight, but this is from an old build, so we should expect that the combat has been improved upon in the later builds. The lightning flowing around Thor and Mjolnir is one of my favorite parts. It reminds me of him in Ragnarok when Thor finally got his power and decimated everyone. I would also like to point out the camera work is really impressive. Personally, I like how it moves around the character without being nauseating. Getting into specifics, we know that there are heavy, light, as well as signature abilities that you can use. We also see manual targeting where you can lock onto multiple enemies and release a string of stuns with Mjolnir, which looks like it's just a ranged feature. Each hero has heroic moves, which have 3 types: Assault, Ultimate, and Support. The heroic meter is charged with normal attacks. The Assault heroic charges the fastest and can be used on multiple times for crazy combos. The Support heroic is made to enhance co-op, like Thor's Warrior's Fury, which grants nearby teammates invulnerability. The Ultimate heroic is the hero's big finisher ability, such as Thor's Bifrost attack. These will take the longest to charge, but will have the most damage. There are skill trees for each of the heroes as well, bringing a ton of customization for the character. In Thor's case on this screenshot, Thor has a combat tree, heavy attacks, grab attacks, and rage skill tree. I'm not sure how many points a player is given for their character, but it appears that you might be able to max out each one. And on a side note, these skill trees could be for a Thor that is set with the melee or ground playstyle, since I've seen no skills involving flight or range attacks, which would be cool if each of those playstyles have separate trees, and I wonder if you can mix them together. Moving on to the gear aspect of the game, gear is ranked by rarity, probably similar to Destiny, in that gray is the weakest all the way to gold. Gold will have the best perks and stats on them. It appears that gear can be boosted as well, as right here we see that Iron Man's gear is only at level 0 of 10. This could be a mastery type deal from Destiny when fully maxed out and adds an extra perk or some stat points. In this example here, we see that there are multiple loadout options to choose from, so you can easily switch builds. It appears that each character, at least from this gameplay, only has 4 gear slots, which doesn't seem like a lot. If we look above, we also see ratings from the hero: melee, range, defense, and heroic. I believe the heroic will be the rating for signature and or heroic moves. Perks are where a major portion of the customization is in this game. We see perks that enhance crit chance, damage boost, add defensive buffs, add gamma or plasma damage, and even perks that shrink enemies. While artifacts were mentioned, they didn't give away any info on these, but I expect these will add a huge percentage bonus to stats or a major cooldown ability. Continuing customization, there are a ton of costumes and outfits for each hero. They come from all sources as well, including a lot of comics and movies. It was mentioned that most are earned in-game by playing missions or iconic story missions, with some being in the marketplace. I mean, they gotta make extra money somehow. Hopefully they are within reason, but if they are expensive, they better be insanely cool. Besides costumes, there are emotes that can be earned and nameplates. So there's gonna be a lot of options for people to make their hero theirs. I love this idea so much because there's so many versions of every Marvel character that people love, and for theirs to be potentially in the game and playable just makes the game that much more special. The last few things mentioned continued on with co-op. The game is always a group of 4, either single player with 3 AI or any combo up to 4 friends. Every mission will always focus on story and getting rid of the AIM threat. My only issue with this is that I hope that there's a lot of variety to keep it fresh and that it doesn't get monotonous. The devs mentioned that some missions are big, open, explorable spaces, while some are indoor and very dense. I'm glad the devs kept explorable areas in mind. I really don't want this to be a super linear game. Missions will be given out by characters such as Nick Fury, Mariah Hill, Hank Pym, and others. The resistance Resistance are our allies. These will include the Inhumans, former SHIELD agents, and some people that just want to help. When we work with these and other factions and do missions, we will unlock new challenges for them that we can complete for rewards or currency from vendors. And the very last thing we learn is that future heroes region stories will be free. That is incredibly insane. I really can't underestimate that. If this is entirely true, how insane it would be. I would have never believed that all the content after the release would be free. Now, it could be minor additions or it could be full expansions, but coming from the devs themselves, I'm inclined to think it's major updates. So those costumes in their store are definitely going to be bank, but for real, free updates are awesome. And that about sums up everything we learned, guys. I see this game as a mixture of Marvel Ultimate Alliance with Destiny. I love both of those games, so for me, this is kind of a dream come true. I was very skeptical with the original teaser last year, and I still don't fully like the graphics, but it has come miles from what I thought it would be. This game could be something special, and I'm excited for the next reveal. We have a few months until release, so any of this info could change, but if you want to stay updated, hit that sub button so you don't miss out. And that's gonna do it for me, guys. Let me know down in the comments below literally anything you're excited for or not excited for. And if they show Spider-Man as the next hero reveal, I'm gonna lose it. And until next time, peace.